The work this week is to develop your own design for a Cubist painting or drawing. So we're going to be using some of the techniques initially that we used when we were doing the drawing without looking. We weren't looking at our own work, we were just looking at the subject matter. To be looking at your objects and not looking at your hand drawing or the work that you've done until you've finished. So for this one, I'm going to plan where I'm going to start, and then I'll draw the whole thing, and I won't look again until I have finished my drawing. So with the work today, I've started by drawing out the objects that I've set up. I've done it as a line drawing. I did it a little bit in the not looking at my paper style, but I did look for each object. I tried to do a little section and then I looked again to reset my pencil. So it wasn't completely without looking at my paper. I tried to keep some accuracy of positioning, but tried to get a little bit of the speed of the work without looking as well. So I've drawn out my first layer, and what I'm going to do now, I've turned the objects. So I've got the objects in a different position, and I'm going to draw again, trying to do it without looking, or as much as possible without looking, and I'm going to draw over the top of the same drawing. Now I'm doing this in a different colour pencil so that you can see what I'm doing and you can see my new lines. You may want to use a different colour pencil yourself, or you might decide just to use the same pencil as well. I just thought it would stop things getting so confused. So here I'm picking loosely the same point to start with, but not quite the same point. And what I'm trying to achieve is two drawings on top of each other that will create a Cubist style image. So trying to work from that. I'm trying to do similar sized drawing. And you can see here, obviously I am looking and replacing or trying to get that same position again that I had initially. And I'm trying to get this right first time, partly because it's colour pencil, I can't be rubbing this out, or not easily, but I also want to try and make sure I've got nice clear lines, so I'm getting it as accurate as possible. So really try and get those clean lines. Okay, so you can see now that I've drawn out the two layers. We've got the purple layer and we've got the pencil layer, and they've overlapped each other and created what could become a Cubist arrangement that I can now start developing with shading or paint. Okay, so this piece of work is going to be continued next week. We'll be adding shading. I've made a little start to the shading here. But we'll be continuing with this either with pencil or paint or colour pencil or another material, whatever you've got available really. So you've prepared this piece of work, it's ready to be worked into next week, and we will continue with it then. Make sure you look after it till then so you've got it ready to continue.